Welcome back to the channel, everybody, or should I say welcome to the icebox. It is currently a toasty 0 degrees out here in the shop, 0 Fahrenheit, and well, I gotta work, and that means making this video for the awesome folks who support this project over on Patreon. Once a month, the people over there get to select a video of mine that they would like to see made, and well, that is this video. Thank you guys so much. You mean everything to me. You're the ones that allow this project to be what it is. Well, this month, I'm going to show you where all these rocks you see us collecting go. As is most YouTube channels, I show you the fun part of collecting rocks. We do, of course, do some lapidary stuff with those rocks, but I never really show you the organization, all the different little things that I do, and where the rocks ultimately end up. So, I'm going to show you that. And well, to start, we need to start in here. This is my little workshop, and I'll show you the rocks. All of these rocks that you see in the background of many of the videos are not rocks that I found. These are rocks that were given to me, and I have them out here because, well, I like them. I like looking at them. I appreciate it. And yeah, that's it. That's what these are back here. Now, all of my rocks mostly live in things like this. Pretty much under everything, I have these bins. These yellow top bins are 7-gallon totes. That's usually like my preferred storage choice for like bulk rough. I also have little bins all down here. I have rocks over here. That's got rocks. There's slabs in there. I do have some rock just sitting out on the bench. Different projects about. Over here under my carpet wheel and wet belt sander, there's more bins of rock. And I have this up in the winter time to keep me a little warm when I have my heat going. We have more littler bins of rocks right here. And that is most of my rough that I have. Once we go rock hounding and I bring everything back and I cut it, I clean it, I do all of that, I make the decision if it's going out here in storage, if it's going into the house, which that's where a lot of my really good things that I really enjoy looking at go, or if it's not good at all, well, it goes out back in a pile. Let's go look at the pile out back real quick. And then I'm going to head into the house because I like cold weather, but that's a little much. This here's my outside storage discard pile, and I'm just letting things sink back into the earth. You know, for whatever reason, it just wasn't the thing for me. And they got to go somewhere. One of my least favorite methods for organizing the collection is to leave things out like this on flat surfaces or on something like this, which is an open bookcase. Now, I don't like this setup for a number of reasons. You have to dust it, and my lights are in the back, so I get weird shadows on them. So this is one of the things that you can do, and I will remedy this, but that takes time. It's not ideal. There's not enough room for labels. Things are touching. And a rule that I would like to go with is rocks are not allowed to touch each other. That is my rule for displaying, and I'm certainly breaking that here. One of the benefits of having a really old house is, well, you have all these nice built-ins. And one of the things that I have back here is a whole bunch of individual jars, and all of these individual jars are labeled in one way or another, and I usually put the GPS and the year and the item inside, and this is more reference collection so that I can pull something off if I have to show it to somebody or somebody's asking a question. And it's a great way of organizing, keeps your pieces dust free, and it's kind of a nice backdrop in a built-in cabinet. Now, all of these jars, they are mostly, well, you see mic books. They are mostly designed for cosmetics, but also some of them are food grade, which they're meant for gelato. And I get them really cheap. Amazon, eBay, whichever one's the cheapest. So this is a good option for lots of little things. More rocks on flat surfaces. This is mostly igneous extrusive rocks, different volcanics, so that I can reference them for whatever reason. So they're just kind of up there chilling right now, but they need a more proper display case. This display case is nowhere near done. I have a whole shelf up here of junk, kind of random odds and ends and bits. But then down here is a little bit more what I'm going for, where I have fossils from select localities and labels, and it makes for a nice display to be able to look at and go grab something. Kind of almost, I'm going for that museum feel, you know? And these are just little labels to help me stay organized. I like these. We're up in my office now, and this is a display case that I would like to mimic across all the other things and kind of stick with this format. I think it's pretty good. I like it. And, well, yeah, let me show, this is what it needs to look like, in my opinion. Do have small labels here. I like the acrylic risers. It gives some character to the case. We have nice, super bright puck lights up top. And it's just all things that I have collected. For the most part, there's a couple in here that I didn't collect, but I like these. They look good. I like the presentation. And yeah, you know, it's just things that are fun from our adventures that I enjoy. And I prefer this means of display. So some of these acrylics, a lot of the acrylic stuff comes from Amazon, and it's mostly geared towards toy collectors. I find that to be an excellent, excellent source for like acrylic risers. These things right here, I have a whole bunch of, I guess, things that are too big to be a thumbnail or, you know, whatever. And they are meant for like some type of display for toys. I have a couple of things from Rudy Chernick in here, down here in the bottom, some zeolites. But this is the kind of the style of display that eventually everything will be. A little bit of a better view of some of that on the side here. Okay, don't laugh. I do have some minerals up in pizza boxes, but I'm trying to convert everything into these types of trays, which are for perkies, thumbnails, and micro mounts. And these are other systems that I have in place for cataloging and tracking things. And I'll show you, because this is kind of I have a system, people. I have a system. This area of my office is a little crazy. It's very busy. I have my microscope. This is where I do a lot of mounting and cleaning and specimen preparation. So there's all kinds of glues and bits and bobs and things that I might need for that. But I have some selected specimens here. Let's check them out. I think it's a good way of organizing the more fine and small things in a collection. I do like micro mounting. So for those, I use these P1 micro mounting boxes, and they have a label. So we can label where something came from. And I have the GPS on the bottom and how it is, the ID number in the collection. And yeah, it's good. It's a nice way of organizing things so things don't get lost or mixed up at all. Then I would get into thumbnails. Now I do have thumbnails from both myself, self-collected specimens, as well as other people. And I do draw a distinction between those. So an example of a thumbnail specimen in a perky box. This is called a perky that I collected. We have a piece of stellarite here. There's a little ID card shoved in there, and that's it. That's all there is to that. You know, it's a nice specimen mounted with mineral tack, And I'm using styrofoam for these, but I have a whole bunch of different bases that range from acrylic, 3D printed, you name it. I have a bunch of different things. Pieces from other people that were given to me, I draw a distinction between them with a little red dot, and that way I know that it's something given to me or acquired not through self-collection. As well, I have things that have mineral labels from other collectors. So this is a piece of Gersdorfite from the Snowbird mine that Sarah gave to me for my birthday in 2022. And it has on the bottom a little label that has a number 1 on it, as well as a red dot. And that corresponds with my little book here of mineral labels. And we have a red dot and it says mineral labels. And we can come on over here to number 1, and I can see right here the original label from that came with it. So in this case, there's 2 different labels, including Bart Cannon's. So I can keep these organized and reference between the 2 of them. Well, my other kind of system for these little boxed up minerals would be marking them if they have any UV reaction. So they get a little yellow label if it's UV reactive. In the spectrum, in this case, we have midwave. So this is a midwave reactive mineral. So that's how I do that. And this is a supersized perky, if you will. And that kind of sums up how I organize the finer specimens. This system that I've kind of came up with is by no means complete. The one thing that I've wanted to do for a while now that I've kind of been avoiding a little bit is I need to make a spreadsheet. So all of these specimens that are like forever in the collection, that are basically, once something enters the house, I want to paint on like the backside of the rock or whatever, a very small number that will correspond with a spreadsheet with all the information about that specimen, as well as a photo of it in the spreadsheet, as well as a duplicate label card, so that I can keep all of this organized, and if anything gets separated, I can always figure out how to put it all back together. I guess I just need to start painting numbers on rocks. So I think once I do that, once I upgrade to full glass display cases similar to what we have upstairs here for the downstairs rocks, I will be significantly happier. And through that process, I will be adding to some of the outside rock pile, because you can't keep it all. And it only makes sense to keep the things that really make you happy and don't keep any of the stuff that doesn't. Well, I hope you guys like this. I hope you enjoyed a little bit of a tour of my house and some of the collection. And thank you, everybody over on Patreon, for supporting this project. It really means a lot to me, and it allows me to continue to make these types of videos moving into the future. Well, go check out the website, currently rockhounding.com, and I will check in with you on the next video.